Hey, what's up, guys? One and only DJ AMAX. This is a series that I'll be doing regarding Netflix versus Hulu versus other apps for the horror fan. Happy Halloween, happy October 2021. It's been a good year. It's going to be a great, awesome year. And shout out to all my horror fans out there. And we're going to get right into this. Of breaking down. Okay, guys, we're going to jump right into this. Welcome to the series, DJ AMAX Talking Horror. And this series is focused on TV apps, strictly TV apps, not DVDs, not physical copies. I'll be talking about those also, but I came here to my living room. This is the biggest TV I have, so we're going to rock with this one. And, yeah, we're going to jump right into it. I'm going to be talking pricing. I'll be talking, breaking down, my personal favorite and what I recommend to you. So we're going to see what we have. And let's just jump right into it. So anyways, I turned on, first I went to Netflix, right? Everyone, Netflix, is probably the most popular. There's others that are gaining ground. But as far as, just your average person out there on the road, on the street, they know Netflix. Some of the other apps they don't know that I'm going to talk about. Your average person. But anyway, so we'll start with Netflix, which is probably the most popular, I could say. So, yeah, I went ahead and logged in. And this is focused on horror, guys. This is my horror channel. My other channel, you're going to see other film-related stuff and mainly restaurant food focused. But this is strictly DJ AMAX Talking Horror. So that's why you'll see I'm focused on horror. So let's go. So what I'm going to do now, let me go ahead and tell you, I can say with Netflix, one thing that to me that they do the worst is how you search. So if you just want movies, you go here to movies, and it has it on this, sideways style, but either way, that's how they have it, and to me, the other apps are better just the way they're laid out as far as that goes. Okay, so since I'm doing horror, I'm just going to go over here to search. Okay. And I'm going to type in horror. And then all these things start coming up. Horror movies, chilling horror movies, and all these things here. Before I even finish typing. But let me go ahead and just type in horror, just the word horror, right? Okay. So then you have these, then these pop up. Now, another thing with Netflix is a lot of times you'll go down here and you'll see something you like, but what comes up will be the exact same thing that was already on the screen. So to me, it feels like their content is somewhat limited. But they have way more, like they have a lot of descriptions and descriptive layout, but the reality is when you click on it, it's a lot of the same content that was on chilling horror or psychological horror. You know what I mean? You got chilling, right? I already see The Conjuring. I go down to psychological horror. The Conjuring, it's going to be there somewhere. So basically, okay, it's not on this one, but it'll be there. It'll be there somewhere. There it is. But anyways, so let's just, to keep things moving, I'll just go to horror. I click on that. Titles in horror. All right, guys. You have, The Conjuring, the first one, So let's go down. Let's keep going. Let's see how far down it goes. Okay, that's it. So, yeah, it goes down. And that's it. So then when I go over here and I go to a different one, let's see how far it goes down. Okay. Yep, pretty much the same length. And a lot of these I'm seeing were in the other one that I just went down. Anyways, so let's go back up to horror movies. We can go there. A lot of these are Netflix that are done strictly for Netflix, right? The Ritual. Let's click on that. Okay, this is a movie, which is good. A lot of times the Netflix, the options that are just for Netflix, made just for Netflix, are usually TV shows or series, you know. But these look more like movies. So it looks like most of the horror that's done for Netflix is film. Where yeah. Okay, so that's good. Okay, yeah. So that's good. Um yeah, so that's good. So most of these are movies, so that's good. You know, I would have a better time giving it a chance as a movie than as just a TV series. You know, I feel like there's too many of those on Netflix, but some of them are good. People like it, you know. And a lot of these series are shot like a movie. They just cut it up and break it up and put it out in 13 episodes or whatnot. Or like a mini series, which to me is better than just your typical sitcom or seasonal show. Anyways, so as far as classics go, so this is the remake, 2009, Friday the 13th. It's not the original, obviously. Um, that's what I'm noticing here. I don't see, let me go back out. I don't see many classics at all, you know? So let's see. If I go here and type in um, 80s horror, let's see what comes up. Because to me, the 80s are some of the best horror films ever made. Times for horror. Let's say that. One of the best. 80s horror. What comes up? Okay. Some 80s movies, but not 80s horror. And then stuff just related to it. Yeah, there's nothing in here from the 80s that I see. This is all new stuff. Pet Sematary 2, that's from 1992. That's a good movie. Some people hate on it, but I thought it was good. Anyways, let's go back again. I'll type in horror. Horror movies. Alright guys, so yeah, you got Conjuring 1 and 2. It looks like Netflix is having a hard time getting, you know, like original or classic content. I mean original from outside studios, not made by Netflix. They have plenty of Netflix films, you know, and those can be good. It really comes down to the director. So, you know, a lot of these I would be interested in checking out and just seeing how they are. And I have tried a few, you know, and they were decent, but there hasn't been anything in here that really blew my mind, you know. So anyways, you know, and a lot of this is teenage type, you know. I did watch the series they put out with the Let's see if I can find it. They put out that 3-part series with the from that was a pretty good film. I don't know if y'all would call that a horror necessarily, but yeah, it was a pretty good movie. Yeah, they don't. Where is this? Let me see if I can find that. Well, yeah, and then like I said, some of these are not really horror. They're just kind of thrown in here. Insidious, is that a horror movie? Anyways, yeah. The series that I was speaking of was 3 films, and it was original for Netflix. This looks like a new one they did, but it was the same. Yeah, these part series. Yeah, check these out. They were okay. And I like the original. The Evil Dead movies are classics, and Netflix had they did the Ash versus yeah, see their search is okay, this movie was good too. I mean, Stephen King, based on the novella by Stephen King, but anything Stephen King writes is good, and then when it's transferred to uh, film, at least the original, the sequels can get kind of crappy, but his original work, when it's transferred to cinema, is usually pretty darn good. Where is this? Anyways, yeah, Netflix did a Evil Dead spin-off. Let me just type it in. I think it was called Ash versus the Evil Dead, something like that. Yeah, right here. What we got? It just started like that. Play season 2. Okay, so it looks like there are 3 seasons. Okay. So wow. So I haven't watched the 3rd season. But if you like Evil Dead, they came back and did this. So I give it a thumbs up. Boom. It was fun. It's fun. And you have Bill Campbell again, so that's cool. You got him. It's good when you have the original actor from the film that you can relate to. And yeah, I mean, it's comedic. It's pretty gory, as you can see. What else was I gonna say about Netflix before I get out of here? Uh, Sometimes I watch movies. Just I'm always trying to perfect and learn more Spanish because I took it in school. I grew up with Latino speaking all around me, and I speak Spanish basics for sure, and I could say maybe 50%. So I'm always working on that. And one thing I can say about Netflix is that they have a lot of foreign language choices, even in audio, like this movie or this show. Spanish, Italian, German, French. Uh, and then if you don't want, because sometimes the dubbing in other languages can sound really silly and can mess up the show. So what I do, sometimes the dubbing's good. It just depends. But anyways, I usually like to watch things in their original language. So what you can do also, if you're watching with someone else, say they don't speak great English, or if you're trying to learn more of another language, They have the options in subtitles also, which Netflix is pretty good about, I can say. Most of the content on here, not everything, but most of it has some other options. At least Spanish, for sure. But, you know, a lot of them have French and German. I mean, this one has Chinese. But let's say I'm watching an anime movie. I prefer the language to be in Japanese, which is the original, and it sounds good and clean because it's made in that language originally and meant to be like that. But then the subtitles, you know, will be in English. All right, guys. So I think that wraps up the Netflix. Uh, and you know, I'm gonna compare all of them, but I just wanted to run through them right now.